So Adam, tell me a little bit about when you're talking with a client, how to help them understand if now's the time for them to buy or maybe rent, and dialogue through that a little bit.
We know the best time to buy was yesterday.
Yeah,
That's always the case. Same way with selling. But I will tell you that when we're trying to decide if it's a good time to buy, you need to, one, make sure you're pre-qualified and you're able to buy.
Yeah.
Two, are you renting versus, if you are able to buy, if you're renting, you can probably afford to buy a house.
Right.
Because you're paying somebody else's mortgage, so why not pay your own and build that equity?
Right. Yeah, I think one of the big things that we talk through on my side is what does that monthly payment going to look like, and oftentimes I think people are surprised to the affordability. It's the jumping in.
Oh, absolutely.
And I'm sure you can identify some of the hesitations that people have in the midst of that. What would you say the biggest fear would be in that conversation?
I think the biggest fear people have is that they think they don't have enough money to buy a house.
Right.
And they think that I have to have 20% down on a house, and we know that that's not true. There are plenty of products out there that don't require that.
Yeah. That's one that I see oftentimes. Doing what I do is people are able to save some money, but they don't feel like they're at that imaginary finish line.
Absolutely.
And there's just so many different scenarios and ways that we can kind of structure a deal for somebody, and so really you can't even get into that in this kind of conversation, but that's where I encourage people, just take the time to sit down with a lender and let them be the expert, the ones that really know all those options that they have available to them, including down payment assistance.
Oh, absolutely. So. And nobody is 100% expert, but when you have good partners, both the realtor side and the lending side, it makes it a lot easier to make sure it's a good time to buy.
Absolutely.